Clark County Family Services are calling on the community for foster parents, and I'm here to learn more about how you can help. So Frank, right now there is a great need in the Las Vegas community for foster care. So what is going on right now in that realm?
Yes, on a daily basis we have over 3,000 children in the foster care system in Las Vegas. Half of them are placed with family or friends, but we still need about half of them to find a home-like environment for them. So we need around 250 to 300 families that can help us. Families who are willing to take multiple children, maybe a sibling group, 2 to 3 kids, into their home.
On the topic of foster parents, what type of role do people need to take on, and what are some of maybe those qualities that you're looking for?
Above all, they need to love the kids. We're expecting foster children to be treated as if they were your own children. We want individuals who are willing to love them, to provide for them, to be able to take them to school, take them to doctor's appointments, activities, things like that. In terms of requirements, we're looking for individuals who are 21 or older. They can be retired, they can be single, they can be members of the LGBTQ family, LGBTQ plus community, you know, just as long as you're willing to love these kids and treat them as if they were your own.
If someone is watching right now and even considering becoming a foster parent, what are some things you might want to say to them as they're considering that route?
This is a very rewarding experience, but it comes with its challenges. You have to be willing to care for them, particularly if you have younger kids. You need to be able to provide for daycare or be able to stay home with them during the daytime, right? If you have particularly those 0 to 5 children, the younger ones, they need somebody to care for them during the daytime. So you've got to be mindful of that, be able to pay your bills and realize that it's going to be an additional family member that you're going to be caring for.
Beth, we spoke earlier with Frank about the need right now for foster parents in our community. What is the process like if somebody is saying, you know what, that sounds like something that I would love to do?
Great. You know, you can find us on clarkcountyfostercare.com, and you'll take the first step by signing up for an information session. These are held all over the valley. In fact, we're always looking for new locations. We want to make sure that there's no barriers to getting to those information sessions. The information session is usually about an hour, hour and a half, and we're really talking about the logistics of what it takes to, you know, kind of start the process to become a foster parent. And what's beautiful is that we also incorporate free fingerprinting at these information sessions, so we can knock out quite a few steps of, you know, to become a foster parent right there at the information session.
And so with Clark County Family Services, you guys are actually helping people along during this process in a number of ways.
Absolutely, yes. We are really, we're not just recruiting families, we're supporting and retaining families. So a lot of times, you know, throughout the process, we're available for questions, concerns. We're there to provide resources, support, and make sure that they understand that, you know, it does take a village. And so we are there to help throughout the whole process.
Some of the children right now in foster care are facing some really tough difficulties. How do foster parents really help with some of these maybe traumatic events that these kids are experiencing?
Absolutely. So the training that a lot of our foster parents, you know, take are really trauma informed, and so they're learning about how to connect, how to attach, how to, you know, see through the child's lens as they're taking these classes. So it's not just parenting 101. It's really kind of what are the skill sets that are needed to help kids that have experienced loss, grief, trauma, so that those kids can really start the healing process once they, you know, come to a foster parent's home.
In your personal experience and what you've seen, how has foster care and foster parents really getting involved helped shape a child's life?
It can change the trajectory of this child's life. I mean, when we are able to really get in and, you know, show this child that they are lovable, they are, you know, the amazing little guys that they are, the foster parent really is able to start the healing process while we are working with mom and dad to try to get them on the healing process as well. These kids really need stability, predictability, consistency, and the foster parent is able to provide that, and those, you know, really allow the child to connect and attach to the foster parents. The number one way to heal trauma in children that have experienced it is connection and relationship. So
Yes.
that's what really that's what I see happening in foster care, is relationships.
Yeah, for viewers watching, is there something you want to say if they're considering if they're even a good fit for being a foster parent?
Absolutely. I think a lot of people will count themselves out, before they even get started. Just give us an opportunity, to tell you about, some of the basic criteria, but really what we're looking for is families that are willing to treat these kids as if they are their own, and really are in it so that, they can become that that rock for the kids, so that the kids can begin their healing process, kind of put their emotional bags down, and really start that process. The kids are really, just like our kids, but these kids have experienced some tough stuff, and we want to make sure that the families that are coming in to take care of them recognize that, kids use their body to show you how they think and feel. And so we're going to empower those families to recognize that, understand it, and really be able to work with it.
Well, Beth, thank you so much for all the insight you've provided today. If you're interested in becoming a foster parent, just visit clarkcountyfostercare.com to learn more information.